Hello and welcome to Pushing Back, Ukraine Daily Brief. As the war enters its 909th day, these are the main developments from the past 24 hours. The update from the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Russia has lost approximately 604,140 troops in Ukraine since the beginning of the war. The number, which has not been independently verified, includes 1,130 casualties over the past day. According to the released Ukrainian figures, Russia lost 7 tanks, 25 armored combat vehicles, 46 artillery systems, 3 air defense systems, 96 drones, 1 cruise missile, 59 vehicles, and 17 pieces of special equipment. The Russians launched 110 combat clashes and carried out 76 airstrikes, including 100 anti-aircraft missiles on the territory of Ukraine. They also carried out 3,000 attacks on the positions of Ukrainian troops and settlements using various types of weapons. In its latest intelligence update, the Institute for the Study of War, the Kremlin appears to have launched an intricate messaging campaign aimed at justifying to its domestic audience why Russia is prioritizing maintaining the initiative in eastern Ukraine over immediately expelling Ukrainian forces from Kursk Oblast. Putin notably appears to be demanding that Russia defeat Ukraine's incursion into Kursk Oblast without sacrificing the stability of his regime, deprioritizing the offensive in eastern Ukraine, or firing his incompetent but loyal lieutenants. The results of such a strategy are too early to forecast. Ukrainian forces continued offensive operations throughout the Kursk Oblast salient on August 21 and have made additional marginal advances. Russian President Vladimir Putin visited the Republic of Chechnya for the first time in 13 years on August 20, likely in an effort to shift domestic focus away from the Ukrainian incursion into Kursk Oblast and posture normalcy and stability. Recent U.S. intelligence assessments highlight Ukraine's efforts to develop alternative and asymmetric capabilities in the face of Russian manpower and material advantages, as well as Ukraine's continued dependence on Western security assistance. Ukraine continues efforts to attrit Russia's air defense and aviation capabilities. Russian authorities may have attempted to block Telegram and other non-Russian internet communications services on August 21. The Russian government is reportedly supporting a bill that would allow Russian authorities to draw up administrative protocols against Russian citizens who violate Russian law while living abroad. Russian President Vladimir Putin and People's Republic of China Premier Li Qiang discussed deepening bilateral economic and trade relations in Moscow on August 21. Russian forces recently advanced southeast of Pokrovsk, southwest of Donetsk city, and northeast of Robotyne. Russian occupation authorities continue to create Cossack organizations in occupied Ukraine, likely to build out Russia's military reserves and law enforcement bodies in occupied Ukraine. In Zelensky's nightly address, he spoke about 3 key areas. Firstly, frontline and defense operations, updates on the frontline situation, particularly in the Pokrovsk direction and the Kursk region. Emphasis on the importance of fulfilling partner commitments for ammunition supply and continuing efforts to strengthen Ukraine's defense. Secondly, economic and legislative initiatives, detailed discussions with government officials on supporting the defense forces and boosting economic activity. Plans to create growth opportunities, avoid pressure on legitimate businesses, and advance mechanisms to utilize frozen Russian assets for Ukraine's defense. Lastly, spiritual independence and international support, conversations with Patriarch Bartholomew about the new law aimed at strengthening Ukraine's spiritual independence and reducing reliance on Moscow, highlighting the shared goal of unifying Ukrainian orthodoxy. Thanks for following today's updates. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. We'll return tomorrow with the latest news on the ongoing conflict.